everyone, my name is Danielle. Welcome to another episode of Board Game Bakes. This week we're going to focus on Calico, which is created by Flat Out Games and produced by AEG. In the game you drop tiles that you use to complete your quilt and get the most points. Yeah, it's a lot more complicated than that, but that's basically the gist of it. We're going to recreate all the components used for a 2-player game, minus the board, as sugar cookies with rainbow sprinkles, because the game's just so bright and colorful. We've got a lot of work to do, so here we go! Calico's been on my list a long time, so I was excited to finally get this bake and game to the table. To begin, cream 2 sticks of softened unsalted butter and 1 cup of sugar together on medium-low speed. While that's mixing, use a whisk to mix 3 cups of flour with 2 tablespoons of rainbow sprinkles, or a sprinkle of your choice, 3/4 teaspoon baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Once your sugar mixture is a light yellow color, add in 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of milk. Mix that together until it's incorporated, and then slowly add in your flour mixture. You're going to keep mixing until it starts to pull away from the bowl. At that point, pour it onto the counter and knead in any of the remaining bits. Divide your dough in 2, flatten into discs, and once you've wrapped it in saran wrap, put them in the fridge for at least 2 hours to harden a little bit. All the tiles that you lay on your game board are hexagons, so you need to cut out 44, which is for the 2-player boards, 6 for the black cat tiles, some extra ones. You also need 6 for the reference tokens that you're trying to use to get your points. For the cat tokens, you can use a small circle and cut out 6 for each of the cats, so that's 18 total. For the buttons, use a small circle you can find and cut 6 buttons of each color, so that's 36 total. Yes. This is quite an endeavor. A lot of little tiny cookies. Cut out 1 large hexagon for the button reference tile. The trickiest one are the cat tiles. Cut out a rectangle and then use a small hexagon cookie cutter to cut 2 spots where you can put your tiles in. And then after doing all this work, you want to make sure that it doesn't spread. So you could put the tray in the freezer for 5 minutes and then put that directly in the oven, and that'll make it so your cookies don't really spread as much when you bake it. Another good thing is make sure the oven door stays shut. Bake the cookies that are similar sizes together to avoid underbaking some or burning others. Bake at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 6 minutes for the small cookies and 7 to 9 minutes for the larger ones. Let them cool completely before decorating. While you're here, make sure you hit subscribe for new videos every Tuesday at 12 p.m. EST. You know you want to. This game is full of bright and fun colors that repeat a lot, so thankfully you only need about 8 icing colors. Outline all, yep, every one of those little cookies with white royal icing, and you want this to be the thick outlining consistency. I'll just wait here while you do that. Also, use the thick royal icing to add lines to the button guide hexagon. Okay, now we can finally fill. Time to fill in our tiles. Fill the large cat tiles, small cat tokens, button tokens, and 12 of the hexagons with the thin white royal icing. Next, sort your tiles by color to see how many of each you need to make. Use thin royal icings to create pink, purple, yellow, light blue, indigo, and green tiles. Let them dry before applying the next layer. Time to resort those tiles. Sort all of your reference tiles by pattern now. For each pattern, grab the corresponding amount of each colored cookie. There are 6 patterns, just like there were 6 colors. For each pattern, it helps to just get in a groove and do all the tiles with the same pattern at once. So it doesn't matter what color it is, just do all the ones of the pattern. Take your thick white royal icing and do your best to replicate the patterns. Some are very simple, like polka dots and stripes, while other patterns are a little more complex and maybe a bit frustrating. To do the reference tile that go with the cats, make sure you switch to a black royal icing. Did you know that calico is a type of cat and a quilting term? Calico fabric is made from cotton and usually has tiny print on it. The final hexagons you need to create are the pattern tiles. Use your blue and yellow royal icing to put the circles up top. Once those are dried, use thick white royal icing to add the numbers for the points, and you get to just finish the rest off with some edible markers. Time for our other, mostly non-hexagon game components. To make the buttons, try and replicate the shapes of the different colored buttons on the little circles. This is much easier than trying to hand cut out teeny tiny cookies that are the same shapes as the actual buttons. Whenever you complete a button color, fill in the corresponding triangle on your hexagon tile. It'll help you keep track. Once you've filled in all the spots, you know that all the buttons are done. Onto our cats. I had fun decorating the big tiles and trying to make them look at least recognizable as cats. This can be done with royal icing, but it's a lot easier to switch between different markers than switch between different colors of royal icing. Mainly because the icing hardens and the icing tips, you also always have to try and clean it out before you start using it again. Start by drawing your cats and then fill in the background with the different color patches. Wow, when you say it like that, it does sound quick and easy, but took a remarkable amount of time. Do you have cats at home? My husband is very, very allergic to cats, so they definitely are not in my house. Okay, here's where you have your choice to make. For our little cat tokens, you can either draw the little cats on the circles or write their names. I tried option A, and it didn't really look like the cat anyway, so option B won. Okay, we made all our tiles. It's time to play the game so we can eat those tasty cookies. Num num num. Thanks for watching another episode of Board Game Bakes. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the cookies come together. Let me know in the comments below. Are there any other games that you think would be fun to play with cookies? I'm always open for suggestions. Keep playing games and keep them sweet. Bye!